Noctis is finally here and he's really fun to play, which means it's time for me to start work on a full guide. You're here for part 1, Punishment. Let's go guys. Noctis's go-to 10 frame punishment is a really strong one. His 1-2-2 string is guaranteed, it gives you 27 damage and +3 on hit. As long as you're using it correctly, +3 is more than enough to use your setups on the opponent. However, if you are underwhelmed by only getting 3+ frames, you can opt to just go for your 1-2 to collect +6. You could also opt to take your guaranteed 1-2 into a sideways teleport with either 3 or 4, though I don't really see much use for this in a punish situation. At 12 frames, Noctis has one of the best punishes in the game. Back 1-2 does 31 damage and gives you +6. A very strong punish tool for hop kicks, and also just a good move in general as it's hit confirmable. When using it in the neutral, you'll want to hit confirm it, as it doesn't jail and it can be ducked and launch punished. 4-2 is also a 12 frame natural combo. It gives you 30 damage and a nosebleed stun. There may be something you can do with this, but for now back 1-2 is better. At -13 you gain access to a down forward 1, but there's really no reason to use this as a punish over the things we've seen before. At 14 frames however, Noctis gains access to one of the most powerful 14 frame punishes in the game. It does 37 damage, a knockdown in the neutral and a wall splat, making this punisher deadly at the wall. At 15 frames Noctis gains a full launcher with excellent range in down forward 2. Bad news for your opponent, as Noctis seems like he's going to have some really strong combos. An option at 16 frames is to go for forward 4-2. It gives you 34 damage and a spin animation, which also means a full wall splat. Noctis's forward 1+2 is 16 frames and has crazy range. This will come up later in situational punishes. And at 17 frames, Noctis gains access to his up forward 3, which is his lightning screw ripoff. An interesting note and minor weakness in Noctis's game is that he cannot actually immediately access a down jab, but he can still do it from crouch, meaning that for lows or moves that force crouch and are at -10 for the opponent, you can still punish with a down jab. At 11 frames you get a generic while standing 4. 15 damage and +5 is unspectacular but completely fine. Another impressive punish at 13 frames, while standing 1-2 does 30 damage, and this string is also another one that is completely hit confirmable if you practice and you're sharp. At 15 frames from while standing, Noctis gets exactly what you want, a full launcher, even if it is an insta-screw which isn't quite optimal. Much like the rest of the cast, Noctis can access his hop kick from while standing, so up forward 3 becomes available at 17 frames. If you aren't already sold on Noctis having one of the best punishment kits in the game, just you wait to see how he can deal with some of these awkward situations in ways that other characters can't. Paul's Death Fist is notoriously difficult to punish, but Noctis can deal with it no problem. Even with a lot of pushback at nearly tip range, down forward 2 will reach. However, there is a magical tip range where down forward 2 will whiff. If you would rather not risk the tiny chance of this happening and go for less reward, forward 1+2 is completely guaranteed at all ranges. Claudio's forward 2-2 has even more pushback. Down forward 2 isn't a good option here at all. At a lot of ranges, forward 1+2 will work. However, even this can whiff sometimes for this move. The pushback is crazy. If you're looking for a launch, down back 1+2 is an almost 100% consistent punish. Only in the rarest of cases, when the first hit of forward 2-2 whiffs and the second one connects on block, can the down back 1+2 even possibly whiff. Once again, if you are looking for completely zero risk, Warp Strike is fast enough and obviously has enough range to always punish Claudio's forward 2-2 on block. Noctis doesn't even have to think about punishing moves that have to be floated on block, as his while standing 2-2 is already his launch punisher, and this is what you're going to use here. Even the best players can make mistakes with awkward punishes, so this is a pretty huge bonus. It's also completely possible to float with a while standing 4, as a lot of characters can. This may actually end up being more optimal, but combos are for another day. For whiff punishers, I could almost list every single move Noctis has, so I just picked out some highlights here. And that brings us to the end of my punishment guide for Noctis, and part 1 of my full guide, which will be coming very soon. I hope you stick around for more Noctis content, as well as all of the usual stuff I do that helps you to become a better defensive Tekken player. As always guys, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more.